Yum, yum, Belgian waffles with blueberries. And these we can freeze and reheat in the toaster. So let's get started. Pro tip, when mixing up batters, you want everything to be at least room temperature. So we'll first cut up 6 tablespoons of butter or margarine and let that warm up a bit. And we'll place our 2 eggs in a bowl of warm water and let those warm up a bit. We need to warm up the milk and melt the butter. There are a couple steps to this part. First, we measure out 1 1/2 cups of milk. I'm using almond milk, but you can use any type of milk product you wish. We heat that for about 1 minute in the microwave. We are after warm, not hot. We then split the warm milk into 2 containers and cut up the butter and add the cut up butter or margarine to one of the containers and microwave that for about another minute. Whisk up the melted butter and the milk and add that to the bowl. And then add the cooler milk we reserved from earlier. And then we'll add our 2 eggs, lightly beaten, a heavy teaspoon of yeast, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We need a little sugar. I'm using 1 tablespoon of Truvia sugar substitute, but you could also use 2 tablespoons of cane sugar. Give that a quick whisk. In a separate bowl, we will combine 2 cups of flour, or 240 grams of flour by weight, and a light teaspoon of salt. Add that to the wet ingredients and give that a good stir. And then cover the bowl and let it do its yeasty thing for about 1 hour. Pro tips: shower caps make excellent bowl covers for all sorts of baking projects. After 1 hour, your waffle batter should be quite bubbly. We need to preheat our waffle maker at this time and get ready to cook up some waffles. I'm using a Dash Flip Belgian Waffle Maker, which you can find a link to in the description. It makes waffles about 6.5 inches across, which will be important to us later. This is of course optional, but we like to add 1 cup of blueberries. You want to try and find the small ones, typically labeled as wild blueberries. We want to rinse and defrost these ahead of time. We want these to be about room temperature and not still frozen. I am measuring out 6 ounces of batter. Your waffle maker may differ, so check your manual. The blue light indicates it's hot enough. A light spray with cooking oil, and then in with the batter. I hung up the dark napkin hoping it would better show the steam. So regardless of what the indicator lights are showing you, it's not done until it quits steaming. Pro tip: have your next batter measured out and ready to go before the first one is finished. You can keep these warm in the oven if you're planning to enjoy them right away, but what I typically do is make toaster waffles, which I'll show you next. To make toaster waffles, we start by cutting the waffles right on the lines into 4 pieces. You see now why the waffle size is so important. You need the pieces to be able to fit in your toaster. We will wind up with quite a pile. We'll take those and place them into bags suitable for the freezer. Now whenever we wish, we now have toaster waffles ready to go. Good luck and happy baking!